summer sun on quiet tracks. Oh, it feels like that, like the summer rain that falls so slowly on the naked skin upon your back. Oh, it feels like that, like a love song on a worn out track. Yeah, it feels like that. Feels like that. Yeah, it feels like that. Na 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 na. Feels like that. Oh, it feels like that, like summer air through window cracks. Oh, it feels like that, like the summer sun on quiet tracks. Oh, it feels like that, like the summer rain that falls so slowly on the naked skin upon your back. Oh, it feels like that, like a love song on a worn out track. Yeah, it feels like that. Feels like that. Yeah, it feels like that. Na 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 na. Feels like that.
Where did the time go? How do we move so far away? Holding on, how much can we both take when love is an echo? I can't hear what you're saying when love is an echo. I can't hear what you're saying.
Hello, everyone. Oh, break music's still here. We're gonna turn that down for a bit. We don't really have any casters today, so I'm just doing my solo prod thing. I'm starting setting up the lobby, but we are gonna be going to. I'm gonna show you some stuff while I sit here and talk and do that. We're going to have a great lower finals for A League. These teams have fought their way through. Polaris have really been going through it on the bottom. Had a bunch of matches, including the Alibi. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let me give you the map stats. Probably won't go to this one again. So if you want, you can go to the website and the match page. You can see these stats. But we're going to Lijiang first. It was picked by Corrupted Guise. Right, baby, go. Sorry, I'm doing multiple things. Me roster scene. Two very, very good rosters. I'm excited. It should be a fun match. Hopefully, I catch it all. Spectate blue only. Crybaby is blue only. Bing is Bing Dong, I'm guessing. Spectate blue only. And let's go to the band scene. Quick. I'm gonna not talk after this one. I'm just trying to. I was gonna do an intro, but yeah. Is it only not? Yeah, I'm actually not even gonna talk. I'm solo prod obsing, but if people want to, feel free to ping me, and you guys can come yap. I don't really care, as long as you don't get us banned. Crybaby Gallant Crabby. Oh. So join waiting room and throw you in. Yeah, I might get some casters coming in hot, but for now I'm just gonna mute and I will let you all enjoy the game. So bye.
벌어진 틈새를 채울 순 있을까? I don't know what to do. We've already spent so much time. 우린 이미 먼 길을
Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Round one. Capture the objective.
feel this in my bones. You are completely healed. Pick it up.
I'm really feeling the heat.
I'm on fire!
We must capture this territory.
Tsune gains new champions. I'm on fire!
Taking the objective. Not on my one. I feel this
How's
in
it
my
going?
bones.
私が守る。
What's up? Hey, buddy.
Let the Kitsune guide you! Excavation and all! Keeping the heat on! I'm here. I'm grateful.
Louder this time.
I'm with you.
Under attack.
Excavation initiation!
Let's go. Vamos esculachar.
Score 1-0. Ready for battle. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Take everything from them. Walking through. That's nice.
Draw strength from nature. Justice reigns from above. You're wild, all right, but that's a weakness too. Taking the point. Fall in, team.
Take everything from them. Hello. What's up? Easy.
Defeat. Play of the game.
Look out for that first step.
Camped out on the porch, trying to work this out. Rain
Hello, everyone. We have come to save the B stream from having no casters. It is Laser and Kohbalt.
The city needed us, and we answered the call.
The city needed us, and we have responded. Kind of a crazy map one, no? Like, both points were 99.99.
Yeah, incredibly close. A lot of like hero plays definitely kind of made it a bit more winnable, especially on that second sub point. It was looking kind of doomed for Corrupted Guise, but getting that early pick on the Oseeing Sojourn really made it look a lot more winnable, and turning that into a map win as well.
Yeah, Crybaby looked like Thanos on Cassidy, finding early picks out the wazoo, and finding 2-for-1 trades, especially in that fight where they traded out the Genji early and somehow found 2 on the Pharah and someone else.
I mean, the only thing better than getting your 1 is getting your 2.
He's getting your 2, yeah. School of Rush, by the way, if in case our B stream is not keeping up with A stream, just 1 Flashpoint 3-0.
3-0. Ooh, wait, I don't like that.
So it is now 2-1 in favor of School of Rush.
All right, so I mean, it is first to 4, so anything can change as we go forward, but definitely a good look for School of Rush overall. But going back to the match at hand, lower finals, big game for both of these teams, both wanting a chance at Grands. We have Corrupted Guise, been a very strong contender throughout the season. Lots of really high-profile wins. They finished not first seed. They finished pretty high though in regular season, I think.
School of Rush or no Polaris?
Corrupted Guise. No, they did finish.
Corrupted Guise was the one seed overall in their group, and then Frogs on Fire they won the coin flip. So Frogs on Fire was the 1 seed overall. Corrupted Guise was 2.
Yeah, so, and then we've got versus Polaris, who were number 4 seed in their group, so not nearly as dominant of a regular season, but both of them fighting for a chance to play Smoke Wolves in the grand finals, the number 2 seed from Ash. So same group as Corrupted Guise, I believe. Yeah, Corrupted Guise losing to Smoke Wolves in a very close 5-map set in upper finals, coming down for that second chance in lower finals to try and get that rematch going on. But other than that, Corrupted Guise, at least if history is to repeat itself, 3-2 win versus Polaris, but nothing comfortable enough to really make this game set from the beginning, no?
Yeah, all 3 of these teams, I think, left in the bracket are not, favorites in any capacity. I think obviously the Smoke Wolves are going to be the favorites in that matchup, but honestly, all bets are off when it comes to these playoff games. Like, it's just who shows up on the day. At the end of the day, like, lower finals and grand finals are such high pressure environments that, teams kind of crumble under the pressure, or you have people, like Crybaby, who shine under pressure, become diamonds, and they've looked at it so far. I think Corrupted Guise have looked calm, composed. I haven't seen any miscues of ultimates used. Speaking of miscues of ultimate used, actually, I did see. I think I want to talk a little bit about ult economy before we start this next match or this next map, as we are going over to Hollywood. It is a map that you kind of need a lot of card pressure, but ult economy is super important. So I want to touch on it a little bit. I saw a few miscues from Polaris in terms of over ulting potentially in fights. Greetings getting a little bit ambitious with the ram ults at times, and I think tank ults especially on this map are so important, especially if you're in a dive mirror, because you have to hold on to that primal to displace a potential like OC from Sojourn, or juggle out another Winston on your backline, or anything like that. But I think it's really important to harp on not overusing ultimates in some of these fights.
I mean, most definitely Hollywood, especially on first and second, not really third as much to a degree, but you have these really dominant high grounds that basically control the entire map. And it's being able to manage, keeping control of those high grounds, not getting poked down, while also keeping that cart pressure going on to try and make sure we're actually pushing the objective. That kind of differentiates the good teams versus the bad teams on Hollywood. But like you said, I think a dive mirror or something like that is pretty likely among these teams, just based off their history. They do seem pretty comfortable in some of these dive heroes. But I do definitely think that, having a good ult budget, that's a lot of communication stuff. Knowing what ults we want to use for what during the fight is what will make the difference in these, these very tight margins when it comes to these fights, trying to do things like, how many ults are we going to use to try and take this high ground in response to enemy ults of them defending or attacking, etc. So just being able to, keep tabs, ult tracking, very important. But it's very much going to be up to how do these teams plan out their fights ahead of time? How do they plan to win these fights? And then more importantly, how are they able to adapt when things inevitably will go different from what they expect?
Yeah, and I think on that mark, Corrupted Guise has done an excellent job and on map 1. I think a lot of the fights that they won were not planned out in how many ults they were going to use. And I think that they did a really good job at ulting proactively in the fights that they had planned. So we saw on Lijiang Gardens that engage with the Kiri Rush and the Mauga Cage. And it really caught out Polaris, I think, on that rotate. They didn't ult in response, they didn't panic, but they did lose about 20-30%, which made it almost final fight territory.
Yeah, most definitely. And looking at the bans as we go, going forward, you see that Brig ban come out on the side of Corrupted Guise, maybe leaning towards that, wanting to play dive like we mentioned earlier, maybe trying to take that Brig away from Cry. But one thing I do think that opens up that's a little interesting is Cry has been one of the players who has been very Weaver adept. And Hollywood, especially defense on that first point, does lean itself towards that Weaver playstyle of being able to play in Narnia, throw a lot of healings at a lot of healing at a lot of people, having access to grip no matter where you stand on the map when trying to contest that choke, and just lots of spam all down. So I'm very curious to see if maybe they elect to use that Weaver as an alternative, or if they try and adapt to something that might be a bit more aggressive, something like Kiri Lucio, etc.
Yeah, so we have bans coming in on the side of Corrupted Guise who are going to ban the Brig. And before we see Polaris' ban, Gavan is coming in for Krabby. That has been confirmed even before the bans have been locked in. Obviously, that is their strategy on this map. On Hollywood, they're going to play Gavan, who is known as a dive tank. I literally ran into him earlier in ranked.
Reference!
Yeah, reference, yeah. So, known as a main tank player, going to likely be playing the Winston here, or potentially like a Hazard if the need comes around. But we will see. We are waiting for bans on the other side.
I mean, if you're Polaris, what do you think to ban here? I definitely think you could do something like the Genji or even the Venture to try and target out Gallant, things that might want to support that more aggressive dive that Corrupted Guys might be leaning towards with that Brig ban. I don't really, unless you want to try and ban a certain tank, but I don't really see how that helps you as much. So I definitely am maybe expecting something along the lines of a DPS ban, probably something like that Genji, like that Venture. Definitely looks like Polaris might be taking some time to corroborate and make sure they're confident in their choice going forward.
Yeah, and Cry is going to be coming in for Oracle, and Polaris has banned out the Diva, another character Gavan is known to play. And especially on a map like Hollywood, where you want to ban out a couple of the dive options just to limit the opponents. If you're more comfortable on a poke comp or with the Monkey or the Hazard, stuff like that, or potentially a Ball. Not something we see common on this map, but could come out.
Yeah, most definitely. I think Hazard very strong on this map. Just, due to especially on that first point, due to a bit closer quarters, how it tends to be between the high grounds, that, shorter Hazard jump in exchange for that Genji blade that he gets on the end of it. Definitely makes the character a little strong on first, both attacking and defending. So having that Diva ban, kind of removes a bit of the agency. And also if you're Polaris, if you're putting in Cry, like we mentioned earlier, you might be looking to play Weaver. Weaver hates Diva. So you're definitely trying to maybe enable Cry on that hero, being able to get away with a bit more unfair shenanigans, pulling people away from certain death, throwing out mega health packs from across the map, getting to touch basically any point on the map you want with that pedal platform, and having a super BAP regen burst every other fight with that ult. Definitely means that, getting rid of that Diva, you enable Weaver to do a lot of stupid things, and probably enable yourself to sustain through a lot of these fights. Just sit there, not die, and kind of wait until Corrupted Guys run out of steam on these attacks. I don't know if we know whose side is on what first, but...
Oh, well, we better find out. It looks like Polaris is attacking.
Okay, so Polaris attacking first, Cry on the Kiri maybe then. So maybe no Weaver yet, but I will lie and
I'm expecting to see it on the defense. I think this is one of the best Weaver maps in the game, just because of how much your Tracer has to stay cart in order to push it around that the second point. And it's so isolated from the high ground, but you can't really afford to give up any control at high ground. You can't send anyone to help your Tracer cart. So anyone having access to the lower and being able to hop back up immediately with the pedal platform is such a vital resource.
Most definitely. And it looks like on the defense, we do have Gavon leaning towards that hazard, like we talked about earlier, as well as that Freya. Just a lot of spam damage down main. And then we have that Venture maybe looking for a cheeky pick. It looked like Gallant was setting up on those stairs. And it looks like, yeah, we're starting out rolling out on this Orisa on the side of Polaris, maybe looking to stay alive a bit longer with that double flex backline. But you just need to be very mindful that Ana is going to be very frail to something like a hazard or a Venture dive. And Gallant just lying in wait, looking for something early they might be able to eke out.
Yeah, just looking for that first pick. And almost finds it there. Gonna get stunned up, potentially forced to dig out. Greetings, Clooney, both finding picks early, but they do get the trade onto Zimzif. I don't think it's going to matter, unfortunately, for the side of Corrupted Guise. It is just a little bit too little too late, and Polaris has comfortably taken first point possession in the first 45 seconds.
Yeah, maybe a little overzealous on the side of Corrupted Guise. You know, Gallant missing their drill dash, and then Gavin trying to, you know, make the best out of a lost engage. But Gavin does get that quick return. Zimzif goes down in exchange for Gallant, but Gavin is growing dangerously low, goes down as well, and that first cap will go on the side of Polaris. If you're Corrupted Guise, you need to just reset, look ahead, and figure out what we're going to do on the next fight to try and put up a bit of a better defense.
Yeah, and the issue with trying to recontest there is you get the pick onto Zimzif, but your Venture goes down in return, and even in best case scenario where your Venture lives, you're never going to stall out that point. They're having a Orisa set up on point. They have a Cass on high ground ready to burn down your tank, and now you've given up all of that top control, forcing you CDs to take this back, and you see the huge anti go in. The Suzu comes out from Cry, but is not enough to save Zimzif. And the entirety of Polaris is just going to get wiped by this hazard engage.
A wonderful demonstration of block slot from Gavin. Jumping into what would be certain death for almost any other character in the game. Getting a big slash off. Holding down right click until they're able to get that Suzu from Noctara to get them healed right up to full. And Polaris definitely getting a bit of the weakness shown from that double flex backline that on a very vulnerable Zimzif falling first in that fight. But in exchange, Polaris sitting on 3 ults with 2 more coming at the ready. Corrupted Guise lagging a bit behind on the Hazard Genji and that Lucio ult. So only really going to have that ult from Noctara and Crybaby to try and, you know, defend this assault. The Kitsune Rush does come out early from Cry with Noctara responding. We've got Alibi going down first. Clooney trying to get rid of that Lucio, get him taken care of. Gavin goes down early once again. Noctara getting pressured out, gets the TP out. Gallant gets Cry on the way out. Noctara does fall. Crybaby Spirit and Greetings does elect to pop that Terra Surge to pick up Poyo, and this is looks like it's leaning towards Polaris.
Yeah, that was a crazy pull by Greetings. Crazy confidence coming out to know your limits and know once you kill Noctara, the healing and the Suzu is gone, and you can just pull the Lucio for free. There's no way for him to escape. Get that kill, and your team can start to set up all behind you. Get that extra cart meters and get that all important push.
And I mean, looking ahead, Polaris did have a very expensive fight for how drawn out that was. So Corrupted Guise hopefully looking to push their ult advantage.
Rain finds Zimzif.
Coming out from Gavin, does get Zimzif. Zimzif, oh, barely living, not able to die thanks to that Suzu. Beat comes out from Poyo in exchange. This could be anybody's fight, but Greeting getting poked down. Blade gets pulled by Gallant, gets 1, gets 2. Do we see 3? No, but Crybaby will finish Cry on their escape. Now, looks like Corrupted Guise just trying to clean up. Another expensive fight, but if you're Polaris, you only have Pulse, and Corrupted Guise could just stable their next fight with this high noon from Crybaby.
Yeah, I mean, this noon is going to be pretty much uncontested as long as you can bait out either the sleep or the spear and then set up in front. Both of those are great cooldowns to stop this high noon, and they need to. Polaris needs to be careful of it. But that being said, it is incredibly difficult for them to push onto this high ground without burning at least a couple CDs like Fortify or Spin. Clooney's going to get the hard pressure and force all of Corrupted Guise off of this high ground.
And it looks like, you know, just a little bit of cart push, you know, the threat of pushing the cart. Overwatch is an objective-based game. We do get the spear out, falls onto Noctara. Greetings crossing that bridge. Gavin trying to contest, but with everybody on low ground now, it's going to be hard to not give away that high ground. And now you have to deal with an Orisa, an Ana, and a Cass just shooting down from main. Gallant does fall early to Alibi, and if you're Corrupted Guise, you need to get a pick quick, but Noctara falls shortly after. Poyo looking...
Poyo's going to go down here more than likely. I think it's just a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
I think regardless of how many Crybaby gets, this fight, it was already over as soon as Noctara died. There was no sustain on the side of Corrupted Guise. You're not running that double flex support comp, and Poyo, unfortunately, can only exist so hard on the Little Frog. The healing Aura can only do so much. Polaris
And
now looking strong with an ult bank. Look at that ult bank on the side of the attacking team.
5 ultimates on the side of Polaris. We do see Gavin electing to swap off of the Hazard. Probably a good idea. You know, Spear and Sleep are not what a Hazard wants to deal with. Onto the Orisa instead. But now, if you're Corrupted Guys, you need to go first and try and force out ults as fast as possible. We do have a Kitsune Rush met with a Noon coming out from Alibi, Nano from Zimzif, and Spin coming out from Greetings. So if you're Corrupted Guys, this might be the fight you want to happen. Noctara does get naded, getting taken out. Oh! Alibi versus Noctara, who's gonna win? Noctara does get the best with the help from Gavin. May swap from Gallant, as it looks like Corrupted Guys are just gonna try and clean up this fight. Greetings. This Japanese soldier kept fighting 97 years after World War II. And it looks like the fight is gonna go the way of nobody. I mean, if you're Polaris, you're able to get some card push in exchange, but not really a clear winner in that fight.
Yeah, oh, Alibi going down
Alibi
really, really early. This is going to be another stall fight from Corrupted Guys, just burning time off the clock. They're probably going to get staggers onto Zimzif and Greetings here as well. They can start to spawn hold and use these chokes to their advantage. That not really something you see often on this point, where you can hold out on this all the way out on these chokes. Clooney set up behind, looking for potentially a pulse once they bait out this Suzu from Noctara. Crybaby. I think Crybaby's Noon is going to be a deciding factor. And as I said, he pops it.
Comes swinging aside. Clooney just trying to get some poke on the backline. Everybody cutting back into spawn, but a lot of space has been made on the side of Corrupted Guys. And if you're Polaris, you have to push through with next to nothing. That expensive ult fight earlier, kind of kicking you in the ass now. Clooney just trying to get some shots down. Sticks onto Gavin, but Gavin does survive thanks to the Suzu with the Terror Surge coming in response. Spear onto Gallant. Greetings just kind of forced to sit here and stay. But Poyo trying to help Noctara. We have the spin coming up from Greetings to match it. Everybody's falling dangerously low on the side of Corrupted Guys. Alibi gets 2, 3. Zimzif gets 1 in response. Poyo goes down, and Corrupted Guys tied with 3 very important ults that fight, no?
Yeah, I mean, you could have used any of those to swing the fight. Poyo died with beat, potentially to keep his Orisa alive and in the fight and not burn spin. Gavon has to kite this window, has to respect the amount of damage he's going to put out. The Noon is going to put out a lot more pressure than just the window. Poyo with the beat, Cry goes down early, and the Blizzard is committed by Gallant. This is just a giant ult dump by Corrupted Guys, trying to make sure that they get to 0 seconds at the very least on the next push. But I think it might have been a little bit of an overcommitment, even if Polaris burned 2 ultimates.
Yeah, I mean, going into the next fight, Polaris, you're only really looking at that beat coming online in exchange for the Noon from Crybaby. Gavin electing to swap back onto the Orisa. So definitely saying, you know, the cart's close. We just want to sit here and live and waste as much time as we can trying to get that overtime bank ticking down. And now we've got a bit of a poke fight going on. Everybody just trying to get value. I don't think Greetings got the shield perk, so maybe a bit of an advantage in this Orisa poke battle. Yeah, they got the spear perk instead. So Gavin able to kind of mitigate that poke damage a bit easier with that shield. Crybaby looking to maybe set up for this Noon. We have the amp forced out from Cry. The beat comes out early. Crybaby goes down before they can do anything to Alibi. And now, you know, down 1. Field does get forced by Zimzif. Alibi just trying to get another pick. Poyo falls dangerously low and goes down on this to Clooney. Pulse comes out from Clooney, finds nothing. Frozen.
Crybaby Noon coming back. Oh, Noctara finds a huge pick on Greetings.
Wait, Crybaby does get 1 with the Noon. Gavin gets Zimzif. Alibi get Gallant, and now it's Gallant versus Alibi versus the world here. I just don't think it's doable, and Corrupted Guys are able to defend in the nick of time thanks to those respawns and prevent Polaris from getting that full capture.
Yeah, that kill from Noctara onto Greetings was the nail in the coffin, and it was such a massive kill because if you don't final blow that Orisa immediately, they get healed up, and then they get to spear your cast Noon. They get to pressure it out. They get to just exist on point and pressure your monkey. Wait, monkey? Did they spell monkey? Am I? No, Malga. It was Malga. It was Malga.
Same letter. It's basically the same.
Yeah, you know, basically the same character, right?
But yeah, I mean, going forward, I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing Cry on the Weaver. You know, this is what I paid to see. You know, a fellow Weaver player will always be welcome on the cast. I would pay real money to see Gavin roll out on the Hog here. I can't even lie to you.
It would not be the first time that we have seen Hog in a real BPL match.
But it looks like if on the side of Polaris, electing to stick with what works actually, that double flex support with the Orisa looking to just take these long, drawn out, boring fights where nothing dies, trying to just make Corrupted Guys run out of steam before they can really make anything happen. But when you're on that defense now, you definitely have a bit more positional advantage just built into the map that allows your places like your Ana to set up and be a bit safer, you know, force resources for them to be touched. But
Okay, good. Knock, I was going to ask you to ask the same question. I'm glad we have our priorities right. Oh, PBG is kind of elite. I can't even lie.
See, now you got me hungry. We're only on
that too. Yeah, I'm trying to go get food after this. I can't even I can't even function right now without food. Now you've distracted me.
This is your fault. All right, but Nade coming out from Zimzif onto Gavin, forcing the stable. Gavin electing to mirror that Orisa. Greeting getting poked dangerously low, forced to get that spin to get out, and it looks like Corrupted Guise are able to take this first high ground with next to no contest. Gavin dropping pretty early though, no? And we have Gavin pushing in, trying to maybe, you know, take control of this map, get all these little nooks and crannies covered so they can push them into
so
maybe
late.
does go down. Greeting gets knocked far right after, and all that space they took, all that positional advantage they tried to make, thrown right down the drain with the loss of Crybaby.
All that for a drop of blood, and not even a drop of blood. They did not lose a single person. Corrupted Guise, I don't know what the plan was in terms of rotations that fight. We saw them try to take control of the small room next to server, but they also left their cast on high ground to die. Not really sure what the plan was. Crybaby gets speared. Yeah, it forces the amp early on the rotate because of it. Clooney is going to get their recall forced. Zim getting speared on the backline. Still have HP, by the way. That is something that they can force out.
Polaris definitely
Zim's at 1
on
HP.
a lot of ultimates right now. Yeah, somebody heal Zimzif, but Polaris with the Terra Surge, with the Nano, with the Pulse almost online, almost everything. Nano does come out early onto Greetings. Noctara responds with that Kitsune rush. Gavon does get Zimzif right before right after the Nano goes down, but Cry's able to get Gallant in response. The Terra Surge comes out from Greetings, forcing that Suzu out. Noctara makes it out just by the skin of their teeth. Greeting are falling dangerously low. Gavin ults that.
Not sure. Victory ult, potentially?
Celebration Terra Surge, just to show Greetings who the Orisa boss is. But now, you know, not nearly as easy of a cap than Polaris got, but still a pretty fat time bank. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to push through second phase is not to be scoffed at. And if you're Corrupted Guise, you do have that beat online as well as that Noon, so you do have the ability to force these long fights with that beat, but you do need to be mindful of that Noon from Alibi. Make sure Alibi does not get the right place to be at the right time. Greetings point dangerously low already, and the recall gets forced out by Clooney.
This rush castle is such a dangerous threat, and Poyo goes down early to Clooney. That is the one person you didn't want to die in the face of a rush. You don't have any beat to counter it. Now you pretty much have to give all of this space, unless Crybaby just becomes Thanos for 5 seconds.
Greetings falling definitely swings this fight a bit more in the favor of Corrupted Guise, but Alibi gets the best of Crybaby right after. Gavon does get to trade out, and now it looks like we've got a very scrappy fight.
Wow, late beat from Poyo.
Gavin get him, and oh my. Yeah, crazy good turn on the side of Corrupted Guise. Definitely a very shaky start to the fight, especially forcing out that Kitsune rush from Cry. Poyo responding with the beat, but if you're Corrupted Guise, you've got both your DPS ults and now your Kitsune rush coming live, and if you're Polaris, I mean, this better be a really big pulser. You're going to be in for a world of hurt going into this this last fight on second.
Yeah, that's the Hiscan experience right there. You pop Noon, try to get it out early, and unfortunately just gets speared immediately. Gavon forcing or tanking the entire Noon for his team. Rush goes in with the blade. Gallant finds one, does not find another because Cass just runs away. Does not find Clooney, but this is going to be a fight win for Corrupted Guise with only a couple ultimates used. Poyo's beat Pop last fight. And Crybaby 35 to another ult. We talked about this in our ranked games, but like, it feels like Cass has an ultimate charge buff recently. It feels like he has been getting so many more Deadeyes than I have ever seen possible.
This character does get ult every fight. I can't explain it. There's probably something in the spaghetti code next to where the colored text was that they just, you know, hit by accident. But 4 minutes going into this third phase is definitely a very nice thing to see if you're on the side of Corrupted Guise. Polaris starting to build up their ult bank a little more. Greeting just falls incredibly low. Nano and Terra Surge coming up on the side of Polaris, but if you're Corrupted Guise, you want to use this time back to your advantage. But the Nano comes out early onto Alibi, putting all of our eggs in the Alibi basket. Gavon pops the Terra Surge, shields themselves in a corner, but they need help. Hinder comes out on Noctara. Noctara does fall. Cry gets Gavon at the same time, and Crybaby's forced out. And Well, there's a fight one on the side of Polaris, but you just lost your nano. On the I didn't know Gavon did Terra Surge that though, so maybe it's worth.
Yeah, I was not expecting Gavon to Terra Surge that. I mean, I thought that the nano was just like hype moments and aura, but that was a real nano. I don't know how Alibi found as much value as he did, but got the right click on Gavon and forced him out. Gavon going back in. Both Orissas have the shield perk, but finds nothing with the Terra Surge. Greetings has 0 CDs, goes down early. Crybaby finds nothing with the ultimate, but they do trade their Mei for an Orisa. Now it's just a scrappy brawl on cart, trying to stall out for their off tank and their main tank to come back, respectively.
What a
and it's
shield
just gonna
on blocking.
Yes, crazy shield, crazy anti, but finds nothing. There's no follow up on that. Potentially the Suzu to get them out.
Freeze after getting that Suzu forced out. And Cry goes down in exchange for Gallant. The shield comes out from Gavin, but Gavin is falling incredibly low. The nano boost online again for Zimzif. And it looks like if you're corrupted guys, you're just taking the retreat, getting out of there. With the Orisa mirror, both Orissas are on the shield perk, so now we have even more time of just nothing dying. But if you're corrupted guys, you have a pretty fat ult bank building up. You've got both DPS ults, you've got that tank ult, and that beat coming up soon. If you're Polaris, you only really have the support ults to rely on, and it looks like we're in one fight territory. And
yeah,
Clooney goes
I
down.
mean,
And
yeah,
Clooney
Clooney, that is a massive pick, unironically. Like, the biggest pick you can find outside of Zimzif. And, oh, speaking of Zimzif, wait, he gets out of that blizzard somehow.
Alibi gets taken out in exchange, and Crybaby falls shortly after on the side of Greetings. Poyo does get that beat out, and Cry does get later beat. Does later beat equal fight win? We're gonna have to find out. Zimzif does go down. Poyo and Gavon just in the spawn doors while the cart pushes.
Oh, they trade Poyo.
Oh, at this point, it looks like once Greetings goes down, it's going to be up to 2.
No way! No way!
Greetings get their own Terra Surge. Greetings falling dangerously low, but the TP from Zimzif to heal up Greetings, and it looks like the fight's going to go the way of Polaris.
Yeah, that was another hero Terra Surge by Greetings. Just realizing that they did not have the sustain or the damage to kill him through ultimate, even though he was dangerously low, just getting that extra bonus overhealth from the ultimate. And I mean, I say overhealth, he might need some of that now, getting poked out super early, get his shield forced. And Cry is getting forced out by the Cassidy. Shield goes up on the side of Polaris. And then Noon, the big Noon from Crybaby, just finds Cry.
Oh, but Greetings falling dangerously low, boxed into a corner by that wall. Crybaby gets Greetings, Alibi gets Gallant in exchange, and Alibi gets taken out mid-noon since it falls dangerously low, and Crybaby shows that they're the boss of this lobby. Clooney gets the Blizz off, but they miss the alpha threat in Crybaby. And it looks like this Hollywood map goes the way of corrupted guys. An incredible last fight coming out. And Polaris, I mean, after that really expensive, really close fight, they just didn't have the steam to fight through those last few OT fights. And oh my god, it's nerf or nothing, baby.
It's nerf or nothing. I'm still so sad this skin doesn't say it's nerf or nothing in the Noon, by the way. Crybaby has just been a monster this entire map. Every time their team needs them to find picks to even out a fight or to open up a fight when they're down ultimates, they somehow just find 2 magic picks. And I'm not really sure how they're doing it consistently. But listen, right now, Crybaby is the difference between corrupted guys being like tied in this series and them being up 2-0.
Yeah, Crybaby definitely putting on a bit of a generational performance. Definitely showing why that caster has been a bit popular recently as well. Just you hit him in the head once, you hit him in the head twice, and you're killing about just about anything on the lobby. You have Noon every other fight. Like, that character is oppressive in the right hands, and looks like Crybaby might be the right hands required for the hero. So now if you're Polaris, I mean, you're down 2-0, and it feels like the series just started. How do you come back from this?
I mean, you just have to pray that Crybaby does not stay informed, because right now, it doesn't matter what map you take him to. Crybaby is going to find value. You just have to play around denying this Cassidy, opening up lanes for your own cast to get work done. And I mean, there are no slouches on the side of Polaris. They are missing their star hit scan in Seda, unfortunately. That was the storyline that I was hoping to talk about in this match. But due to availability, we don't get to see it. Alibi holding down the fort and doing a damn good job of it. They have found a lot of value with their Noons, with their, especially like the nano right clicks onto the Orisa, have forced out so many CDs, gotten so many early picks. It is crazy how much value they're getting, given that they're not really the starter hit scan on this team.
Yeah, I mean, Alibi has definitely been putting on a really good performance in the place of Seda. I mean, definitely stepping up to the plate, making sure that it stays competitive on that hit scan duel. I mean, just looking at Polaris in general, in retrospect on that map, it was almost a full mirror for a lot of that, the Corrupted Guys attack, but I think the one difference was that backline, no? Where they had the double flex compared to the Lucio Kiri, and I feel like kind of the weaknesses of that double flex showed up, especially once that shield perk went online on the side of Gavon, where they just kind of got shielded off or poked out, and they just lacked the ability to move that was on the side of Corrupted Guys with that Kiri and that Lucio, the ability to rotate, the ability to be a bit more flexible in what you do. But it looks like we're going to New Junk City. It looks like it's a good map for both teams, all things considered. No Atlas, thank God. I thank God every day.
Yes.
But, going to New Junk City might force Crybaby off this cast hero. These Flashpoint maps do tend to lean themselves a bit more towards something a bit more mobile, like the Sojourn, or even the Frey I've seen some teams elect to go for. So maybe if you just try and get Crybaby off the cast hero, that's your strategy here, or we see something like a cast ban coming in, assuming it makes it through. Because I think we don't know who gets first ban yet, but we'll find out. But yeah, New Junk City.
Since Polaris picked the map, it will be Corrupted Guys with first ban.
Okay, so Corrupted Guys could protect ban if they do want to stick the cast, or they could try and play into that Sojourn or something. But I think just looking at New Junk City in general and looking at the map type, I think one thing if you're Polaris you need to be a little afraid of is, especially on that last map, it looked like Corrupted Guys was a lot more comfortable on those Lucio backlines compared to Polaris. And when you're on something like Flashpoint where you need to move and rotates are the name of the game, you're definitely going to need to kind of reconsider how you approach it, because if you're not able to execute those rotates, you're going to get poked down, you're going to lose CDs early, and you're just never going to be able to take a proper fight.
Yeah, and this is one of the map types that is feared by lower elo players because it punishes your rotations super heavy, and you kind of see it in team play more, where teams will rotate as 5, sending 1 as split once they get the space. And collapses are so much more important on this map just because it is so impactful when you can shut down these angles and prevent escape routes for the supports. And if you don't do that, then you can kind of just deathball it out. But realistically, I think with the Kiri ban coming out from Corrupted Guys, I would not be surprised to just see them run it back on the same composition. Polaris going to be banning the Mauga. I'm not really. I guess it's a target ban. I guess it's a target ban for Krabby.
Unless these tanks are on like a Ramatra-less gentleman's agreement, perhaps, because that's definitely a hero I feel like I'd be a little more afraid of. That we haven't really seen much of, except by Greetings on that first point, I believe. Unless it was no, because they were on Mauga. So a little concerned. Maybe the Mauga was giving them a bit more trouble than it appeared from our POV. But, I mean, if you're Polaris, it definitely looks like maybe you're trying to force more of this Orisa comp. And getting rid of that Kiri does kind of make things like those spears a lot more lethal, especially. But on the other side, on Corrupted Guys, losing that Kiri does mean you lose a bit of that backline flexibility we talked about. The ability to get out of sticky situations easily. So, if you're Corrupted Guys, I mean, what do you think they're going to start leaning into with 2 of the heroes they've definitely favored getting taken out?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Noctara go over to the Ana potentially, just to counter out a brawl. Maybe run BAP Lucio. We've already seen that they're comfortable running the rush with Lucio, even on like Mauga, where it is banned this map, but we've seen it a similar comp style. You can replace the Mauga with a Ramatra with a Hazard, and you'll have a similar result. So I could see something like a Hazard and a Cassidy as a front line, and then potentially like a Tracer because it is Flashpoint, and you do want to abuse those angles. But overall, I think they could just continue running what they've run with some minor adjustments. These bans aren't like Giga Thanos for their comp. They don't just like lose instantly because they banned out Mauga.
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams will probably lean a bit more towards those brawl mirrors. It definitely seems like something they're comfortable on. Even on more dive-heavy maps like Hollywood, we elected to Orisa mirror, which truly hurts the soul to see. Orisa nerfs my ass. But I mean, besides that, Orisa's still on the table, so I definitely think it's a viable option here. I think Ramatra's a viable option as well. Polaris, I don't think have really shown that they've wanted to do much of anything dive-wise, even electing to play Orisa, I think the entirety of Hollywood. So it's just curious to see if we have this brawl mirror that New Junk City, I think New Junk City first especially, really likes the, really likes to just force these long, drawn-out brawls. And, oh, Krabby Adam does get access to the Junker Queen. That is something to be feared, something that they've definitely made a name for themselves.
Bing is also in for Noctara.
Oh, Bing for Noctara. The Moira, the nails have hit the board.
Yes, Krabby has come back in for Gavon, and Oracle has come back in for Cry. So back to a similar lineup that we saw in Map 1 for both teams, with the exception of Noctara being subbed out for Bing. And Corrupted Guise going for like a hard rush, like the hardest rush you have ever seen without Genji on the team.
Yeah, I definitely think Corrupted Guise looking just get in there and get people dead quick. I think if you're Zimziv, you need to be quivering in your boots right now, because a speed boosted Queen will not show you any kinds of mercy. And it looks like, yeah, with the Casimir still online, we do have that Tracer on the side of Clooney. So Clooney may be trying to kind of run contact, keep these area around Zimziv a little safe. But Greeting getting their form forced out early. And it looks like if you're Polaris, you're already on the back foot. Oh, Clooney goes
Crybaby finds a first pick. That's a huge first pick.
And Gallant
your backline is just now under zero pressure.
Gallant does go down. Alibi goes down, though. Queen in the backline with the Immortality Shield force. But that form does come back up on the side of Greetings. And Bing just pumping healings into Krabby. And that's going to be first fight going towards Corrupted Guise. I think if you're Polaris, you lost that first fight pretty early and you drew it out just for the love of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Clooney go down. You now have zero angle pressure onto Bing or Polio. Crybaby is under zero threat because Alibi is getting pressured by the Queen at all times. And Gallant forced cooldowns early so their Queen could walk in. It is a picture-perfect execution of the fight by Corrupted Guise. Isolate the angles and then walk in.
I mean, Bing coming up on, if we look at the old banks here, Bing coming online with that Coalescent soon, as well as Crybaby's Noon. Gallant does dig in. The axe comes out from Greetings, or from Queen in exchange for the form from Greetings. And it looks like Polaris is just struggling to get through this choke. Getting things like that Ramatra form forced early does just kind of kill your push in its tracks, but...
Oh, Krabby!
Krabby goes down to the window. Beat does come out from Oracle as in exchange for the Coal from Bing. And it looks like... Yeah, Corrupted Guise.
It's just going to be a clean fight win.
Yeah, give up, leave. You got 80%. You can't be mad about that. You got both support ults out early. And, you know, with that Queen ult coming online, you don't have something like a Kiriko to help mitigate that. So if Queen gets a big ult, that's a big ante that you need to be mindful of.
Yeah, and there's literally nothing other than Hinder that can stop this Queen ult. Clooney goes for a pulse early, does not find anything. That's another tool to kill this Queen down. And now this Queen just kind of gets to run rampant. And as soon as they can farm this ult, they will likely try to engage, and here it goes. Big 4-man purple. Alibi goes down mid-noon.
With Noon, does fall. Gallant gets Zimzif. Oracle does get the better of Poyo, but Greeting go down, and that's just one fight, one win on the side of Corrupted Guise. Alibi maybe getting a little overzealous trying to turn that fight with Noon, but too little too late, and this first point's going to go pretty down.
Oh, there is a touch.
Clooney is proper on Clooney's account. Looks not. Clooney's going to just try and stall it out, get people in on the fight. Greetings will come back, falling dangerously low, but does have that module online. Gets that form out.
Oh, Poyo's isolated.
Poyo going dangerously low with beat as well. Oracle does go down to Crybaby form, or not form, window. The lamp. We have a lot of things in this game. The lamp forced out from Zimzif early, breaking that down. Greetings elects to hold on to that ult, decides it's not winnable, and it looks like we're going to go on to the next point. And again, it looks like Polaris is just trying to have these hero fights, but it looks like they're just feeding Corrupted Guise ult charge more than anything else.
Listen, man, window, lamp, both sources of light. Like, I get them confused too. You don't have to worry about it. And we are headed over to what is this? The docks? I don't remember what this is.
This is the purple one.
Yeah, we're gonna call this the warehouse. This is the purple one.
Welcome to purple. Everyone has a color here.
Crybaby finds nothing with the high noon. Big venture ult forcing everyone out of this. Bing finds an early pick onto Oracle. No speed control for Greetings to disengage. Crybaby finds a pick onto Clooney. Trade it back for Gallant, and Greetings committing this ultimate, but they still have a speed boost that can just run away. I'm not sure if Greetings knew that their Lucio was dead.
I mean, yeah, Ted Crybaby takes out Alibi once again. Zimza falling dangerously low, getting their lamp forced out. Crybaby falling dangerously low as well, but Bing is just pumping heals out. But, I mean, if you're Polaris, it's kind of hard to engage past those really tight chokes when you lose your Tailwind user in the form of, you know, Oracle. But if you're Cryptic Guise, you've got that Queen ult up again and nothing to contest you. We do have Clooney swapping over to the Venture Mirror, trying to maybe match Gallant, because Gallant, unsung hero right now, just bullying people, but Gallant is the Venture guy. So you are
trying to mirror cast Venture into a Queen Moira Lucio backline. This front line thrives on fast engages and blowing something up, and you're just playing into them by giving them fewer targets to worry about in the backline.
Gallant going on a bit of a side quest, it looks right now, trying to find a cheeky pick, but does not get it. The knife does connect onto Alibi, forcing out the Noon, but
big Queen ult
and Cole and Beat come out, and Alibi still standing with the response beat from Oracle. Does get Krabby Adam on the engage. Alibi gets Bing, Greetings gets Crybaby, and that fight goes the way of Polaris now. It looks, I mean, the Corrupted Guys maybe jumped the gun a little, went a little faster than they were prepared to handle. Gallant,
yeah, that was 5 ultimates.
Gallant getting caught out in the getting caught in the back line, you know, doing something for some random farmer in a random village for 3 gold and 16 XP. But that's not the goal here. That's not the objective you need to be fighting for. Polaris coming up on that Ramatra ult soon. Pretty much the only ult that we...
Gallant.
Alright. Gallant is side questing harder than we expected to. Taking the scenic route. Form does come out from Greetings with the Ramatra ult online now. And if Krabby just falling dangerously low. That Venture coming up from Clooney getting a lot of value, and I mean, it makes sense. Queen, one of those characters that are very easily bullied by characters like Venture. Queen doesn't like displacement. She wants to hit a big axe 5 people, and never die. But a single drill dash, you get shields, you get the Queen away from your team, and that point's going to go towards Polaris, and it looks like we're looking towards the side of green for our next point.
I know you're familiar with green, so I trust your word.
Yeah.
Greetings, find another early pick on the Gallant, just booped out from Krabby. Again, we just talked about the displacement, and the Venture immediately punishes the axe usage from Krabby. This is just going to be a quick cleanup on the side of Polaris before the point even unlocks, by the way. Corrupted Guise just trying to farm these ultimates up, force some dry fights to get their ult bank back up. But Polaris not really forced to use anything. They're sitting pretty, have full point control, and coming up on 4 ultimates. Oracle a little bit ahead of Poyo on the beat as well, so they have the advantage in every sense of the word for ultimate.
I mean, looking at Corrupted Guys' comp, they're a comp that thrives on momentum, and it's really hard to build momentum when you have no
Zimzif!
Taking a page out of the Violet book, jumping directly in front of the hit scan. Krabby does find Alibi in exchange. Clooney does pop the Venture ult to try and save the fight, as well as the nuke from Alibi not finding much of anything. Oracle does get Krabby Adam. Clooney gets Bing on the way out, but Clooney falls to the alpha threat in the form of Crybaby. Noon comes out to try and seal this fight up. Oh, it looks like we've got Gallant getting punched down, but Greetings and Oracle scared to peek that Noon, don't want to just die, and that forces the point flip on the side of Corrupted Guys.
Yeah, and I mean, Polaris kind of jumped the gun, similar to how Corrupted Guys did, where they used 3 ultimates and found absolutely no value except for 1 or 2 picks late. We trade the Ram ult for a Moira Coalescence and Lamp. Big Queen ult finds 3 with the purple, and Oracle's beat is too late to save Greetings.
Attempter saved the fight, ill fought by Oracle. Krabby Adam, Alibi falls Krabby Adam, Gallant. Everybody just trying to clean up these fights, get that point flip as soon as possible, because I mean, if you're Polaris, you did get that point flip, you were able to get, you know, 15% more maybe, but not worth it at all. A lot of resources committed early. Greetings committing that Ram ult to try and turn the fight, but just a lot of value coming out from that Queen ult. That Joker Queen ult definitely kind of an instant fight win in a way against Polaris' comp. They just really have no way to mitigate the damage.
Yeah, and I mean, it is so tough to play into a Queen when you have no cleanse, or beat is your only answer, and big excavation, finding Alibi, forcing the Lamp out, but there's no follow-up pick. Gallant's ult just does not find any follow-up, and unfortunately for the side of Corrupted Guys, this is just going to be another lost fight. Going into Final Fight territory, they are going to be up ultimates, but down in terms of members. And Polaris, that was a 0 ult fight for them.
I mean, it definitely looks like Gallant kind of falling into the habits that lost them the previous point, where Gallant's going incredibly quickly, committing that Venture ult when Polaris had every CD at their disposal. They were able to just speed out, pop field if they needed to, and pretty much get away with whatever they wanted. But now we have that window coming out early. Corrupted Guise again struggling to, you know, get momentum, not really have anything beyond this beat in this noon online. The ult does come from Alibi, does find Gallant, but Zimzif does get traded out. Crybaby forced out. Poyo trying to hold down the angle, and just not enough. Krabby Adam just trying to find something with the axe, but a lot of value coming out from this displacement CDs from Venture. Oracle peeling that Krabby Adam off of Greetings.
They have a Queen ult. They have a Queen ult.
Queen ult is online, and it's 2-3. It's huge. Alibi bleeding out under. Alibi does fall to the damage.
Oh, they don't get a touch.
The point goes on the side. C9 on the side of Corrupted Guise. Krabby Adam maybe a little bit overzealous while they went in to try and get that Queen ult. The rest of their team unfortunately fell right from under them, and Corrupted Guise kind of falling into a bit of a scary cycle where they'll over ult, lose the fight, and then they just kind of flounder for the first 2-3 fights at every point. Polaris with that Ramatra ult, that beat, and that Ventral online in exchange for what? A Cole? I just don't see how Corrupted Guise win this without taking a very quick dry fight.
Yeah, they have to dry fight this. And I mean, Bing's ultimate may be able to bait out at least one. There's one in response, but again, they find the early pick on the Crybaby. There's no need to over ult this, and you've only baited a Ventral that they're just going to get back pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, Corrupted Guise, their comp does one thing, and it's go fast, and it looks like they're really struggling to go fast. A lot of ways that Polaris has to just stable these fights out and then survive the initial engage. You know, you have that Venture, you have that Cast, you have that Boop, and you just have Ram Vortex, especially after the perk. Like, that just slows them to a halt. So it looks like Corrupted Guise forced to just kite out, and this ult bank does not inspire confidence if you're a Corrupted Guise fan. Noon comes out from Alibi to open the fight up. Greetings running down the back.
Goodbye, Krabby Adam.
Shout comes out and goes down to the Noon. And if Polaris just pushing into that back line, trying to make this fight and end it quickly. Crybaby does get Alibi on the way out, but it's too little too late. The damage has been done, and the Corrupted Guise just having to wait it out and wait for their tank to come back.
Yeah, and I mean, that was an early pick from the Noon. There's not really much Krabby Adam could do in that scenario. Unfortunately, Queen does not have block for the damage reduction. You get caught out by the Noon, and you're just cooked. Polaris have the deadly combo of Beat and Ramel for sustain on point. This is going to be the last fight scenario for Corrupted Guise. They have to pop ultimates here. Crybaby on this offhand with 0 help, and likely going to get forced down. And Greetings going in on Krabby Adam before he gets ult. He kills him before he gets ult.
I mean, with the ult advantage on the side of Polaris, Krabby Adam just trying to finish that Queen ult as soon as possible, but they just weren't able to do it. Too much pressure coming out from Polaris, and Polaris are going to take New Junk City in a much more commanding manner. Looks like we've got a series on our hands.
Yeah, and I mean, it was looking dire. I can't even lie. After that fight win where Polaris used 3 ultimates and Corrupted Guise used 1, and they Corrupted Guise pulled the fight out on 3rd point. I was thinking it was going to be a 3-1 from the side of Corrupted Guise on this map. Crybaby farming like we know he does in the play of the game,
Or a farmer.
but
Shameless.
or a farmer. I don't really know what to say. I want to be honest. Like, that was just, I think it was both teams' miscues. Like, both of them, I felt like got nervous. Gallant got picked out a bunch early, especially on Venture, but at least once on Genji as well, once they swapped over. The comp wants to go fast, but not that fast.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like one thing that was kind of concerning on the side of Corrupted Guise is it looked like they kind of had that H key unbound. I mean, at least I'm no tank player, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I feel like if I'm on Queen and they're on Venture, Cass, Ram, Lucio, like, I want off. I want gone. Because you're just never able to do anything. You're constantly getting booped at, back, moved around. It's kind of hard to actually, you know, get in there. And especially once they lost that momentum on that 2nd point, I think we were on blue or whatever. Purple. We were on purple, I think, for that one. Like, once they had that bad 5-ult fight, they just were not able to get their positioning back. Constantly unable to build a positive ult advantage. And Polaris just constantly keeping those long fights going, survive the engage, clean up the stragglers, and fight's over, and the map goes their way. So I feel like if you're Corrupted Guise, maybe you want to try and lean away from these Queen comps. They didn't seem to really be doing you much. Once Polaris had adapted, kind of looked like a fish out of water.
Yeah. Speaking of fish, by the way, before we go to break, Requiem up 3-2 in the series against School of Rush, Fish's team. And if while we're on break, you might want to go tap into that because that is in map 5. But come back in like 5 minutes. We have a banger series. but they are actively in a map, so it's probably more interesting than watching a break screen.
True, unless you really like break screens.
And dude, if you like break screens, power to you. Stick around. We have a banger break screen for you. Trust.
Shout out my break screen enjoyers.
All right, we're gonna head to break. We'll see you guys in like 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how long Polaris needs. We will see you after the break.
See you soon.
Get over that little lip there on that little shrine. I mean, it happens. It happens, but that's so unfortunate, especially when your team wasn't even there with you. You were just there by yourself, makes it even worse. But it actually is gonna so much charge off this Orisa, off this Genji. Rush comes out. MT has B if need be, but it does not gonna matter. I don't think. Wow, they're just showing out again. Every trick up their sleeve, they're showing out right now, and it is working. I mean, this is the best way. Twisted going for a touch, I assume. Well, Lucky also gonna try to look for a touch. Sim is going to be so annoying here because once you touch, you're gonna be stuck in there. So you're gonna be like a sacrifice, I think, going in here.
Yeah, this is Requiem's last chance to make this point any benefit to them here. Underscore does not even have anything close to ultimate at this point. The rush comes through from Key, puts them on the objective, but that is all the further they're going to get as the ultimates come through from School of Rush. Yeah, the Deadeye into the pin, into the shatter. It's just curtains. That wall is just icing on the cake for School of Rush. And Village, again, blink and you miss it, 100-0. That is the perfect sub map for School of Rush here. And they take the 6th map in the series to a commanding lead here. Requiem, I mean, they're sweating coming in to Sanctum here.
Oh my god, that is... Wow, not even a pick on the other side.
Oh
Requiem.
god.
I mean, the DPS on the side have only died 1, but it don't matter if everyone else has died 3. That just means you escaped. I mean, oh my god. Underscore's not looking good either. I mean, your Kiriko is close to out damaging you. That's wild. Also, a little update. Polaris has took it back a map. It is now 2-1 corrupted Guise. So not a full shutout yet. There's still some life on that side of things. Back to the grand finals, the more important scenario, I think. Here.
Yeah, diving into it, you've got School of Rush here with Fish on that. Reinhardt tries to get the pin, send off the edge, but Twisted just manages to get away with his life, but that is all. And the rest of the team is, you know, playing a bit scattered at this point. Now they've got a Genji to worry about somewhere in the ether who's not played up with the rest of the team at this point here. Goes through with another charge. There's nothing really you can do to stop this Reinhardt except maybe punch directly through his shield. So that might be just the thing. Underscore ready there with the Ramatra. An excellent answer to this Reinhardt composition for School of Rush, but Gala lands a headshot onto Boop. So just taken down from downtown at that point there. Requiem does get first take here. School of Rush, yeah, we're kind of sort of even blow for blow at this point.
Yeah, both Lucios here are looking for just a Boop off the map. That's how it always goes. Have you seen Boop up there right now? He is playing top pillar, just trying to get someone to come over the line. Or watch him here. Okay, I'm up. So far, it's punching and blocking. Actually, does get a nice pick on Boop there. No worry about any Boop from Lucio. That gives him a big advantage here just to take space. Quick flip.
Yeah, still a fight without any ultimates, so very, you know, obviously it has to be cheap. There's no way to spend anything coming into that one there, but still in the neutral. School of Rush take it back into their favor here, so they're going to be certainly up to at least 30% by the time Requiem set foot on the objective here. Lucky.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your break screen. I know you guys didn't have to leave to go watch the banger series, but we are headed back into Polaris versus Corrupted Guise into map 4, which is going to be Escort. I don't think we have a map pick out for map 4 yet, unless Gibraltar. We do. This is not surprising given the map stats. Like, I think if Corrupted Guise were to pick any other map, they would be throwing, just because they are 3-0 on this map, and Polaris has lost it the only time they played. They also have a lot of very, very talented, like Crybaby on this map is just going to play Widow, I think, and be an alpha threat. And Alibi is going to have to match it, or their team is going to get pressured out, I think, every fight.
Most definitely. I mean, Corrupted Guise probably hopping on their best escort map, trying to put the nail in the coffin, but we do have our bans out. The Ana ban coming out on the side of Polaris, looking to target out Noctara, who's coming in for Bing. Noctara known for a bit of their Ana shenanigans this season especially. And then we have Corrupted Guise banning Hazard out on the side of Greetings. I'm not too sure if Greetings has played much of the Hazard, so it could also just be a Protect ban. Actually, no, I lied, because Polaris banned first. So maybe they're a little scared of the Greetings Hazard. I'm not too familiar personally, but I'm on What's Up Doc, so...
Yeah, well, we know how you guys did, so... yeah, I'm not surprised to see either of these bans. Polaris, obviously seeing Noctara in the lineup, and this is a map where Ana is probably the best flex support in the game. Maybe Kiriko, but probably Ana. There are some people who say that Ana is not like crazy on this map. I heavily disagree.
Those are liars.
Those are liars. They spread misinformation for fun.
Yeah.
Extremely powerful, and Noctara is touted as the best Ana in BPL according to Shoreline Pie and the goats document. So, not surprising that Polaris is going to target ban them out. Hazard ban on the side of Corrupted Guise is just going to target out Greetings. I believe that they are the tank that is going to be in this map, unless
is that their only
something has changed.
I think so. Maybe?
Yes, I think so, actually. Yeah, because
Yes.
Alibi, Clooney, and Seda are their DPS, and then Zimzif, Cry, and Ghost are their supports.
Care the Alibi Hazard, man. You don't get it. You don't get
Listen,
it.
I could see it happening in a very weird. I've lost co-caster. Welcome back.
Don't worry about that. I might have misclicked that disconnect button. I can't even lie. We back.
Well, we back.
But yeah. Greetings. No Hazard. Thank God. Hazard hero. Thumbs down. But I mean, besides that, on a big band, maybe looking more towards some more of those Kiriko compositions. Noctara definitely seemed to be a bit more comfortable on that, or not more comfortable, but comfortable on the Kiriko. Maybe a bit more hard dive with like Kiri Lucio. Maybe we can probably expect to see something like a Winston or a Diva coming in here. I'm unsure if maybe Gavon would slip in. At the time, I believe they're still deliberating. But
Krabby is going to say. So
Krabby
we are.
is in.
I'm not really sure what we're going to see them play if Krabby's in.
Winton!
Winton!
Oh,
Hello.
Yeah,
Crybaby, I forgot. That's why they're so good on this map. He has Crybaby just locks 76 and plays the Thanos character.
Where have I heard this before? So yeah, it looks like we're gonna be looking towards a Winton mirror. Not much too surprising there.
Cry on the wings.
Winton map. Cry is on the wings.
Yeah.
Oh, we are going to map. Yeah, map 7 on Requiem versus School of Rush. Care B-League Grand Finals decided soon, but they're in between maps, so peep this one. This one's gonna be fire.
Yeah,
so
this one's gonna be heat.
Cry rolling out on the wings to hope probably pocket Alibi on that Pharaoh, looking for some cheeky picks early. But you need to be mindful. Crybaby is on the legs and will not be showing mercy.
No, I know firsthand how easy it is to beam down a Pharah. Even with Mercy Pocket, you will get absolutely blasted. Speaking of getting blasted, Poyo just got absolutely nuked.
Yeah, I mean...
And Galant's dead
now
too.
it goes down as well. Okay, well, if we're Corrupted Guise, I think we take a reset here. Alibi getting a lot of value just throwing big damage boosted rockets. Those are doing what, like 150, 60, 70 damage on direct?
Yeah, 160 around there.
Yeah, a lot of damage.
Yeah, big number, big number go up.
Real metric, big damage.
Poyo might be dead again. No, never mind. It's Gallant dead again. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Never mind.
Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, I did no ball. I just saw the future.
Corrupted Guise definitely struggling to maybe stabilize, take control of this fight. If I'm Corrupted Guise, I honestly would just be calling to try and either get a pick now or reset. But Greeting does go down. Crybaby
it doesn't matter. It gets rezzed.
And Crybaby has gotten 2. The Alpha threat is online. Crybaby Adam falling dangerously low. Crybaby trying to rotate. Cry goes down to Gallant. It looks like through the nick of everything, Corrupted Guise does seem to eke out this fight by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the back of Crybaby finding that first crucial pick onto Greetings to force the Mercy off of Alibi so they can confirm that kill. And that just eliminates so much pressure on the backline, allows them to reset, get a little bit more position, and get their legs underneath them, because they were looking like they were getting a little bit rolled.
Yeah, Kitsune Rush coming on the side of Zimzif, trying to hopefully break this corner free from the grip of Corrupted Guise. Greetings up in seemingly no man's land, does fall to Crybaby, but Crybaby Adam does go down to Alibi in exchange. He gets Poyo has died 3 times. The res coming out on the side from Cry, getting Greetings back alive in exchange for Noctara's Kitsune Rush. The visor coming out from Crybaby finds next to nothing, and it looks like it's Noctara and Crybaby versus the world.
Yeah, I mean, they're holding it down, though, because Rush and Soldier is a devastating combination. There's so much damage being output, and Crybaby Adam finds the pick on Cry. That is the biggest pick that you can get to start this fight. Alibi out on their Loonsome without a Mercy, without any help whatsoever. No help, LeBron 2018. And Alibi realizing that their pick might not work anymore into this Crybaby Soldier pick. And Cry and Alibi swap over to Cass and Weaver, respectively.
Check Crybaby's PC. That's all I can say on the matter. Weaver coming out the side of Cry, I definitely think is interesting. Very hard to execute on attack compared to defense, especially when you have that Kiriko as your co-support. So I'm definitely curious to see how they utilize it. And it looks like Crybaby Adam just forcing pretty much everybody in the back line of Polaris back, allowing everybody to set up on the side of Corrupted Guise, maybe look to get those high ground positions to try and dissuade the dive coming out from Greetings, who does have that Primal Rage online. And the dive comes out from Greetings onto the backline of Corrupted Guise. The Primal does get forced out. Alibi trying to hit Noctara, but the moves are too good. Primal comes out on the side of Crybaby Adam. The pull comes out from Cry to save Alibi from the juggle, but it is not enough. The jump comes out, and it looks like this fight's just gonna kind of stable out. Primal's forced out, but nothing much happening beyond that.
I mean, yeah, Polaris loses Zimzif super early and able to TP from spawn because of how this map was designed. Not designed for Kiriko. Not thinking that the spawn would be close enough to the server room, but it is. Big High Noon to force everyone out of this room, and unfortunately finds really nothing. I'm surprised that they didn't find anything to target with that. The rush comes out on point for the side of Polaris. Trades coming in. Cry going down. Alibi going down. That is most of their healing out of the fight. Greetings going down as well. And Clooney finds a pick on Noctara. That's actually huge. They have a stick ready. Misses the stick. Can't find anything. And they are going to full hold on first point unless Cry can perform a miracle.
What a hold on the side of Corrupted Guise. A lot of really chaotic fights. It never really felt like we ever had one clear winner in any of these fights except for the first one with the Pharah. So, I mean, if you're Corrupted Guise, you've got to be happy with that. With how scrappy and how trade-heavy those fights were, to consistently come out on top definitely mean you're doing something right. But if you're on the side of Polaris, it just felt like they were never really able to get a foothold once those first few picks off of spawn kind of wore off.
Yeah, once Corrupted Guise stabilized a little bit and got their positions on high ground, it's so difficult to break that composition. The Soldier doesn't really need any support from their backline as long as they have pad available for healing, and puts out so much damage at long range. The fall off on Soldier 76 allows them to play on pretty much any angle they want, and the heal pad makes sure that their supports don't need to take care of them constantly, which frees up both Noctara and Poyo to help out their tank and their other DPS.
And going forward, it looks like Greetings electing to stick onto that Winston. You know, pretty classic for this map. I see Crybaby Adam on Reinhardt. I'm not expecting it to stay. Maybe just trying to bait them with the big, heavy sounds of the Optimus Prime boots. But it looks like Alibi electing to play that Pharah again, try and get some, you know, magic picks, maybe onto Poyo again. Poyo definitely not having the most fun at the beginning of the Polaris attack, but Crybaby sticking onto that Soldier, and we do have TP coming out from Gallant. Curious to see where they plan to, since they don't really have something like an Ana. Okay, never mind. We're going straight back to the Tracer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised to see it. This is a more standard composition with Crybaby. Okay, Gallant is back on the Tracer. I wanted to wait for a second to see if the Hanzo stuck, but no. Yeah, outside of Crybaby on the Soldier, this is a standard composition you see on Gibraltar all the time. Monkey just goes in, Kiri helps us support and keep him on high ground with Suzu. The bubble gets forced out of Krabby, and he's 1 HP, and he is not dead, surprisingly. I was expecting him to die there, I can't lie.
Suzu momento número dos. Thank you, Kiriko. But yeah, beyond that, Alibi just looking to create some magic picks, try and get some value on the board. But Gallant just pushing that car halfway across and not getting contested next to it all.
Yeah, and I mean, this is already final fight territory. If they lose a fight here 5-0, then this is probably just a lost map because of how far this cart has pushed underneath. Gallant pulling attention.
Guys, you just look to build up ults here. You could honestly just ult them. Suzu comes out on the side of Noctara. Clooney trying to get that pick, but just barely misses. And Noctara TP's out, but is not able to make it to the mega health pack in time. Cry gets traded out in response, but now Clooney is in a dangerous position, but Greetings does get Crybaby on the way out. Clooney finds the mini, and I mean, if you're corrupted guys, I'm taking this as a fight loss. We've got some good ult charge, and it's about time to reset.
Yeah, but Poyo's getting staggered.
Please, Poyo, no!
Poyo, just die with your team, man. You're not going to get a hero kill as Lucio. Just die with your team. Noctara coming up on Rush. You just have to reset. Make sure you go and before Cry gets beat. And any time spent in the respawn room is time spent where Cry is able to farm. And you cannot let that happen.
Rush out early. Gallant does fall right as it happens, though. Krabby Adam looking to try and make some value, falling dangerously low with no primal online. Greetings falling dangerously low as well, getting that bubble forced out. Noctara Suzus to try and keep Krabby in the fight, but it's not enough to that barrage from Alibi. Crybaby gets Alibi in response in exchange for Zimziv Kitsune Rush, and it looks like this fight's just already on the side of Polaris, but a little expensive, no? When you're this close to the point, those two ults can be a lot more potent than they would normally.
Yeah, and I mean, now Polaris have 0 offensive ults to use. I mean, other than the Pulse Bomb, which can get cleansed by Noctara, there's no true offensive ults, such as the Barrage, to engage with. They just kind of have to play second fiddle to Corrupted Guys engage. And I say that, but Crybaby is going to go down early, traded out by Gallant onto Alibi. But, I mean, this is just going to be a scrappy fight to the end. Noctara goes down to Greetings. And Greetings has the Primal online, pops it, Alibi swapping over to the Sombra to come back to contest. Krabby Adam pops a Primal, forcing out a recall from Clooney. Poyo goes down super low on the Mega, gets found. This is going to be more than likely a lost fight again for Corrupted Guys.
Oh, but Greetings falling dangerously low. Gallant does get Clooney, and Crybaby does have that visor online. Crybaby finds Zimziv. Greetings falling dangerously low without the Primal. Crybaby is locked in, the visor comes out. Alibi just trying to keep the point alive, running around. Cry goes down. Alibi goes down to the visor. Corrupted Guys.
Thank you, Crybaby. You absolute monster. That was illegal.
Crybaby.
I want to see this again. I've been saying it all series. I think Crybaby is the X factor, especially on this map. Like, this tracking onto Zimziv was crazy, by the way. But finds a kill onto Zimziv, onto Greetings, and then pops a visor for good measure after the beat has expired to confirm the series. No better ultimate than visor to claim a point when there's no supports around. And Corrupted Guys are going to be your lower final champions, taking on, once again, Smoke Wolves for the 3rd time this season in the grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Polaris, you can't be... It sucks that you got knocked out, but it's still incredibly well fought. Such a tight nail-biter map, especially. Crybaby, MVP, yeah.
It's not even a vote. It's not even a vote.
There's no contest. Crybaby just... The alpha threat.
Are we... First of all, I'm going to ask this quickly to Knock. Are we doing an exit interview? Okay. Because if we are not, I'd like to wrap this up quickly so everyone can go watch the banger map 7 that is about to start.
Same map, by the way, but this time
we are Gibraltar on
the
other stream as well.
I don't know who it was, but somebody must have saw the Cry Mercy and got a little scared because I see a Mercy ban. But yeah, I mean, really well fought from both teams. Very scrappy, very, down to the wire fights all around. While we wait back to hear back from our exit interview, I mean, Laser, anything in particular you want to say going forward, especially into grand finals?
I think that if they have Crybaby on hit scan, low key terrifying. I can't even lie. I'm scared to see what a Crybaby Dilax DPS looks like next match, because they were missing Dilax today.
Crybaby Dialects versus SLP Dabmaster. Clash of Titans once again. But I mean, yeah,
absolute monsters on both sides.
No words. No words. Crybaby is just that guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't
way.
seen a more dominant like hit scan performance in a while.
Hello.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Hello, greetings.
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 All right, are you getting the rest of your team in here, or is it just you?
I believe the rest of the team should be coming over. Yeah, they're trickling into the waiting room to be dragged right now.
Okay. Hello, knock. Hello, knock on wood. All right, we got the whole squad. Well,
Do we have everybody?
We have everyone except for some
Where's it? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Is that everybody?
Where's
Everyone. Yeah. Unfortunately, Seda cannot be here for a match. He was supposed to be, but his flight was just straight up late, and so he just didn't reach his connector. Because we were going to have everyone here for this match, but it happens. I mean, we can't control it, so there's no use worrying about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's super unfortunate. I was actually looking forward to Crybaby versus Seda match. Like that was my main storyline coming in. I was like, yes, I get to watch it.
I think everyone was waiting for that, which was very disappointing. I know when Nock found out, they were also very sad.
But yeah, incredibly well fought. Like there were a lot of very close fights and a lot of close maps specifically. Anything you guys want to highlight from that series? Like any shout outs for within the team? Like who do you think played super well that match?
I've got to say, I think that Corrupted Guise did a good job going into it. I mean, both teams had equal prep time. We both knew we were going to play each other. We played each other previously. It was another very close set where all the maps were literally down to last fight. I mean, I got to give credit to a lot of the players. Krabby, great person, great captain, very kind, really good at his characters. Of course, I have to shout out the #1 Polaris fan, #1 Polaris ringer, Gallant. Took every opportunity he could to bring against us.
Gallant got his win.
He got his win. He attempted it 3-4 times. He got his one.
You know what?
Best ringer in history.
Anything like any people on the team you want to shout out from Polaris, like from a team environment standpoint, or someone who stepped up mid-season on putting in work in scrims or anything like that?
I think I'll go after if people want to talk, because I think I'll let the team talk.
Greetings. Shout out Greetings.
Yeah, Greetings did a lot of prep for us. Like, actually a lot of scouting.
The GO captain.
And had a lot, pretty much was like our in-game leader also.
Like to give a shout out to Alibi. I think Alibi did really well in a lot of matches, especially when we had to when we're down in the gutters. Alibi just pulled up. I'm proud of Alibi. I'm proud to be a teammate.
Listen, that one. The 7th man is always important.
True.
Yeah.
Or I guess 6th man in Overwatch. I forget there's not 6-man rosters anymore.
Yeah.
Alba, you were locked in. I can't even lie. Giving Grungy a run for his money. That Hollywood was a awesome watch, especially.
That Hollywood was cinema. Unironically cinema.
That was cinema.
Yeah. The Hollywood game, literally, we ended in just set. We were like, okay, we knew the mistakes we made, and the second the map ended, it was just really unfortunate because we were like, we knew what went wrong, but we just didn't say it when it happened, and it screwed us over during parts. But no, I mean, I have to give it a shout out to just every single person on this team. Going in, I mean, I'm new. This is my rookie season. I was very lucky to captain for such a great org as Gag. We love Gag. It's just an incredible environment, like genuinely. I got walked through how to be a captain. I had a really fun draft, and I genuinely don't think I would change anything. I loved all my players. They're incredible. I think it was the most peaceful, fun, incredible environment. I mean, I would like to say across any of the teams. I really loved every single person on it. I had an incredible time every match. Wins and losses, being able to experience that together with people, it made me really appreciate the more community aspect. And so I have no complaints. I loved every single one of my players, and I think for a team of almost entirely rookies, we brought it pretty dang far.
Yeah, you guys
Most
did
definitely.
amazing this season. I mean, you knocked me out, so I can't say anything.
What? No, what was your regular season record? Oh, that's a lot. Does anybody know off the top of their head? I don't want to count.
4-3.
Yeah, from 4-3 to losers finals.
4-3 to the top 3.
Really
is
good
insane,
run.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did incredibly well.
Yeah, we had a 4-3 season. We lost to Primal. We lost to Spuds. We lost to Marin week
Marin,
1.
yeah.
And just, I mean, yeah, it was great. I think there were a lot of people who didn't expect us to get anywhere near this far. And I think I'm just super proud of a team that managed to defy the odds all the way up until losers finals. I mean, beating teams like Primal, beating teams like Frogs, showing good performances against stuff like Campfire Song, and just even in the play-ins against Camp Half Court. This has just been an incredible run, and I think a lot of people thought we would bail out a lot earlier.
Yeah, I mean, much to be proud of this season. You guys definitely established us. Like you said, a lot of you guys are rookies, so a lot more established brands now going forward. A lot of you guys definitely have a lot more name recognition, known to be these really strong players, really strong core, especially. I mean, really well fought from pretty much everybody in guys' team. I don't think there was ever a clear struggling piece. You guys constantly stepped up, constantly improved. One of those teams that were constantly able to just show improvement every game they played, and I think that's definitely something that's very admirable. From the outside looking in. But I mean, beyond that, Laser, any questions? Anything you guys want to say?
Last shoutouts for team staff. After your statement.
All I want to say is make sure everyone goes and pings Tyler in the Discord saying happy birthday.
True. I will bring that immediately.
Tyler, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tyler.
Add Tyler, happy birthday.
We need to make sure Tyler's
Add Tyler,
wished
happy
a good
birthday.
happy
That needs to
birthday.
happen. Yeah, I mean, on the serious note, every single person that helped Polaris shine deserves shoutouts. Of course, every single person on the team, whether they could be there for all the matches, or whether they move stuff aside in their schedule, or whether they were watching at home. Gag for just being an incredible just org manager, being able to just bring us in and help us. Also, shoutouts to people like from Borealis, K-Mac, just really good, cool, nice person that I got the pleasure of both coaching and getting to know as a friend over this season. So just everyone who's helped out Polaris shine as much as it has. Just huge love, especially all the support from the teams that we played when we either knock them out or play against them. I mean, genuinely, Frogs were super kind. You had Corrupted Guise who were just incredible people, very nice, and just even Camp Half Court, even people on Primal and Campfire Song. Everyone we played against was so nice and really supported us throughout the season.
I think a lot of A-League this season has really done a good job of supporting each other and being super nice. There's been absolutely no toxicity or beef or anything like that.
But I also just want to give another shout out to Krabby. He was super nice. I had passed out and got a mild concussion, and he was willing to reschedule on very low notice. He is super awesome. Thank you so much, Krabby, if you're listening. But yeah, just want to shout him out too.
The real Polaris was the friends we made along the way. I think
That's for true. That's for true.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. We are currently on round 2 of Escort for map 7 on mainstream. So I think we should probably raid them before it gets too late.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys coming in. Crazy map or crazy match today.
Yeah, incredibly well fought. Great Overwatch.
Yes. Crazy, very good Overwatch.
Thank you guys for casting.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Congrats on congrats on a great season. At the end of the day, it is a great season from you guys.
I really think so. I think people look down on the rookie team, and I think we did great. I have no complaints, and so yeah.
All right.
GG's. GG's all.
Yeah.
GG's.
GG's.
All right. So we're gonna wrap this up. If you guys are on this stream still and you actually care about BPL, tap into A stream. B Grand Finals happening. We are halfway through map 7. This map is the last map. End of story. So
Map 7
tap in. Map 7 Gigabanger supports a team that you want to support, and I don't know, just like type into his chat, I guess. Thank you for being here.
Let's get to 150 viewers before the map ends. Come on, people.
Yeah, get in there. Come on, let's go.
Nowhere to be, just a slow dance with the summer heat. The world outside can't wait a few, 'cause right now we got nothing else to do. The sun is peeking through the cotton white blinds, your hands still tangled up.